Good morning. Happy Saturday. I am at the inn today doing a quick walkthrough before heading back up to the Portland area. I've officially been kicked out of the basement apartment. We've had some flooding due to heavy rains and no concrete in the backyard, and they turned off the water, so I don't have water in the basement apartment. So last night I got to stay at one of my neighbors' properties, the wonderful Boutique Retreat. They have cute little tiny houses, and it was a very fun little evening checking out some of my peers. So what happened this week, it doesn't look like a lot inside is changed. There are some things that have progressed. All the electrical's been roughed in, and I don't know, lots of tubes and wires exist now. But the biggest difference is actually the exterior. So they pulled off some of the janky siding that was done. They redid these pillars. The previous owners redid these pillars using not standard or to code stuff. So we had to rip it all out. And they're going to basically rebuild them and recite it. And then the big thing that we had to do, which was kind of a sad thing, is that we had to remove the rafter tails from the existing craftsman style home and put this, I don't know I can't remember what it's called, but this railing along here so that we can actually attach the gutters, because before it was causing a lot of roof damage and things like that, because they actually had attached the gutters to the rafter tails. And that did not work that way. So I'll show you what I mean by rafter tails, because we've got this really cool, random faux ceiling on the porch. So you see where they stick out. So the whole house had those, and then they jankily attached the gutters to those, and it was causing tons of rot and tons of problems. So now we have this wonderful board that will hold it all in place. Well, apparently when they got into that as well, they said that basically this roof was falling down. It sunk when they were working on it this week. And so they had to put in these support things and this new support beam to hold it in place. So that's great. Apparently a lot of this is rot. So they're working on fixing it. And then we got electrical for sconces right there, and right there, and right there, and then down. A big thing for me, I was I want ceiling height plugs so that I can put up lights, cool cafe lights or Christmas lights, and be able to manage it that way. So they've been able to do that. And then the backyard's had a lot of really great progress. They're hoping to pour concrete next week. I wish I could be here, but I can't because I don't have anywhere to stay. So we've got buried plumbing and electrical pipes, and that goes all the way out to the street. And then they they did this 2 weeks ago, but they removed the siding because this will all be redone to match this with the double lip, because they didn't have the double lip. They had done half of this was redone and in a single siding model, and so it wasn't all the same. So according to the Historic Landmarks Committee, we have to fix it to look like that, which will be great. Not cheap, but here we are. So super stoked that next week we're gonna have a concrete slab, and the carriage house is gonna be rocking and rolling. We are very much trying to get the carriage house to speed up and beat the main house, because my goal is that I can actually rent out the carriage house by the International Pinot Noir celebration, which is at the end of July. Right now, we are targeting to be completely finished with the project, renovation of the project, July 25th. We'll see if that date actually sticks. And IP&C is the 29th of July. And so if I can get the carriage house way before, I should be able to do landscaping and things like that as they're finishing up the main house. And then we can do the design work of the main house while I'm actually renting out the carriage house, which would be amazing. And by house, I mean inn. It's still currently a house. I feel once it has 7 bathrooms, it'll officially not be a house anymore. It'll be an inn. So as you can see, just lots of new wires. Got all of my appliances delivered, which the guys were not super thrilled about, but whatever. They're here. I got them for Black Friday and for cheap, so, or cheaper than they would have been. And they've been working on lots and lots of things, like officially have wires in here, wires there. They broke down this whole wall so we can fix all the wiring here. This is to remove all the knob and tube wiring. So this house will be completely rewired, has been completely rewired to be able to support the load of an inn and to get rid of all of that nasty knob and tube stuff. So all of the ceilings have been redone. They're working on patching where we're not actually gonna have lights where they used to have lights. Yeah, it's been a fun week. So that we were talking about this week that I figured I'd show you guys is for some reason in our plans, like we kind of lost whether or not we were gonna do skylights in here, which I really want to because it's super dark and this is gonna be like a really cool space for like sitting and reading and chilling. And we're gonna have two can lights here. But when they ran the can lights, they were like, well, shit, where are we supposed to put the skylights? And I was like, well, I don't know. Like, well, what did the plan say? And apparently they fell off the plans. So we sat here and like chatted about like, how do we do it? Do we do one? Do we have them rerun all the wiring? What do we want to do? And so right now the idea is that we're going to get little ones. So like, could we do a little one here and a little one here? And then we'll have lighting on either side. And so that should be like really nice. So they're going to do some research for me. And then I just want to give a great shout out to my design firm, Tahoe Modern. They are wonderful, and all of my contractors talk about how great their deliverables are. So check out these like wonderful schematics for all of the bathrooms. So all of my contractors have printed them out, laminated them, and have them on all of the walls, which is super neat. And they praise their professionalism constantly.